Welcome back to 13 News Now at noon. Hey, St. Patrick's Day right around the corner, so time to get your plans in order for the weekend, and you're in luck. See what we did there? Because the Waterside District has the perfect event. So we're going to welcome Michael and Graham here to tell us more about the Shamrocks and Shenanigans event. It's happening this Saturday, and we are very excited about it. Guys, great to see you.
Glad to be here.
I'm sure y'all are busy getting ready for the weekend. Yeah. So before we dive into all the great stuff that we have here, let's talk about what exactly is Shamrocks and Shenanigans.
Well, you know, it's that time of year. You know, it's March. You've got to do the St. Patrick's Day thing. And everything from the food to the music to the DJs is all combined this weekend to like be inclusive for everyone. You know, so we're going to have the best DJs, best act locally, and a lot of games and stuff and a lot of little specials throughout the weekend. And then we'll get UFC later on in the weekend.
Okay, so you're going to be busy all weekend long. We'll talk about each of those things. We got to talk about the food, Michael. Yes. Yeah, we always love when Michael's here because he brings great stuff. So, what was your vision for this weekend when we're talking about food?
Wanted to really dig into the Irish heritage and feature some of their items. So we have this giant pretzel here. We'll be featuring our fish and chips. We have this loaded nachos, Irish nachos, and it's just like a mound of ooey gooey goodness.
Yes.
And we're doing fried pickles as well.
Ooh, okay, fried pickles too. Now I gotta ask because I feel like I get, and this is just a small thing, when we're talking about fish and chips, there are a lot of people who are pro lots of vinegar and anti lots of vinegar. What do you recommend for the weekend? Are we loading the vinegar up?
I prefer the aioli myself.
Okay.
But the vinegar, we'll go through a lot of it.
You don't want to spoil his fish, but you got to put some vinegar on there.
That's what I was
If you're
thinking.
Irish, you got to do it.
You got to do it. Okay, well, there you go. But add the aioli, too, because, I mean, it looks amazing. It smells amazing, too. All right, so let's talk about, we got the food. You mentioned the music and how big of a deal this music is going to be. So let's go back to that. Well,
you know, there's a major event. Cyclic is the DJ. He's the national DJ, international DJ, and he's basically going to rock the whole downtown Norfolk like you won't believe. I spoke to a few guys about him, and he's brilliant. I'm looking forward to it myself. Okay. It's going to be sold out for VIP, but open to general public.
Open to the general public, so folks can still come out and enjoy this. Obviously, they're having a great time here in this video here. And you mentioned, too, that sports kind of rounding out the event. Can you talk about how that plays in?
Well, if any time there's a St. Patrick's Day event, people want to fight, but we'd rather they didn't do it in the place. So we'll watch it on TV. UFC will be on after my band, Scotch and Rye, play. And so we're basically going to build up to that. But all day long, there's going to be specials, giving out some of these. Okay. Or you can find them. If you find them, you get actual tickets for other stuff.
Nice. Yeah, you mentioned there's going to be, you know, shenanigans with the Shamrocks and Shenanigans, and that's kind of part of it. So you have that event where you can find the tokens. Anything else that people can do while they're there that's kind of like fun activities?
Well, they're probably going to have such a good time listening to my band, like play, but we're going to actually involve everyone. So we'll be out in the crowd playing, we'll be doing stuff, and all of, you know, the Waterside is great. So there's so much to do down there, you know, with PBR and everything next door. You know, so I think they're going to have a great time. Yeah. With the rain coming, as the weather person said, they're all going to flood down there.
That's right, that's right. Packed. And it's a good time to have your fish and chips and your big pretzel and your green beer. You know, Michael always rocks the house, so it's going to be great.
Would you like to try the green beer? You sure?
Look, listen, we're going to commercial break right now, so I'll try it then. Thank you guys so much. We'll be right back.